Good evening, groovy citizens, and happy winning Wednesday. Now, y'all, it is so late in the evening. And as a matter of fact, it is 7:55 p.m. But that's because my day has been so busy, but busy in a good way. When I tell y'all my day is busy, always know it's because I'm actually getting things done. So I am just excited because once I do this video and upload it, all I got to do is sit back. I was watching the new movie on Netflix with Gabrielle Union in it, so I'm gonna finish watching that, and then I'm gonna take this body to bed. Well, I'm gonna get in the bed until I fall asleep. So hopefully you all have been getting your water in. As you see, I still have quite a ways to go, so I need to finish this up before I go to bed too. And right now it is still like 80 degrees out, so it's a little humid, but I had to roll my window up because my neighbor down the street is cutting his grass and it was a little too noisy. So let's jump right on in. Now, if you watched my video on Monday, and if you didn't, shame on you, go back and watch it. Love you anyway, but go back and watch it because I decided I wanted to do a series on dreams because I'm just so fascinated about the whole motivating people to dream, first of all, and then to take action on said dreams. And so I decided I was going to do a series this week. So today's topic is what Joseph's life tells you about your dream and your purpose. Let me say it one more time because that was a mouthful. What Joseph's life, you all know Joseph in the Bible, right? What his life tells you about your dream and your purpose. Now, if you have not already done so, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to tap that bell because I don't want you to miss anything, honey. All right. Now, this is part 1 of a part 2 that I'm doing about Joseph's life and what it tells us about our dreams. So I'll do the other half on Friday. And so the biblical account of Joseph's life is based on the 2 dreams that he had. And the dreams came from God and they were about his future. Not all of us will have those kinds of dreams because we don't. There is a divine purpose for each of us. So we may not all have the same dreams that Joseph had, but we each have a divine purpose. So Joseph's story is important because it shows us that what to expect as we move towards fulfilling our destiny. And what I want you to do for me is make sure when you get a minute that you go and read Genesis 37:47. And so let's talk about insights from Joseph's life and his dreams. I have 8 things that I'm going to share with you. I'll give you a takeaway and I'm going to bid you good night. Number 1, God will give you a vision and or dream for your future. Always remember that God will give you a vision or dream, depending on what you want to call it, for your future. So God has a unique plan for all of us. He will put that dream in your heart. Joseph already had a relationship with the Lord by the time his destiny was revealed to him. So your purpose tends to move you towards what you are naturally gifted at or passionate about. Now let me point out a couple of key things here and then we're going to move on. I love the fact that we see that Joseph already had a relationship, come on somebody, with the Lord when his destiny was revealed to him. Now I don't know if you do or don't, and I'm not condemning anybody. All I'm saying is I have a relationship with the Lord. And so when God revealed to me some things in my life, I think it just makes it easier. See, because when you don't have that relationship with God, God is sending you on what it is he needs you to understand, but you're not able to understand or to grasp it because you don't yet have that relationship with him. So if you don't, I would suggest that you go and start to build that relationship. But also, God is naturally going to make you he's going to move you towards what you are naturally gifted and passionate about. So think about your gifts and your passions and think about those things. And if you're wondering, because I know sometimes people say, well, Michelle, I don't know what my gift is. I don't know what God is calling me to do. And all I can do is say, well, what are you passionate about? What is that one thing that you do and you do it well, and when somebody asks you about it, it puts a smile on your face? You love talking about it. That's probably where your gift lies. So only you can figure that out, because I can't tell you what that thing is. Number two, we need to be very careful about sharing our dreams. Now, I need you to truly, truly understand and hear what I just said. We need to be very careful about sharing our dreams. So most people will not, did you hear what I said? Will not encourage you or be happy for you. Let me put a pin right there really quickly. One thing's for certain, two things for sure. Anybody that knows me will always tell you, you tell me you have a goal, you tell me you have a dream, you want to do something, I'm going to be your biggest fan. I'm going to encourage you to go for it. You know why? Because I believe that if you believe in it and it's something that makes you happy, I just want you to be happy. I want you to be happy. That's my biggest concern. So I'm always going to be here to encourage you. Now, it's like I said, I've shared with you all before. Sometimes people say, Michelle, but why would you encourage them to do that? That just sounds stupid as hell. Well, guess what? It sounds stupid as hell to you, but it's not to them. And who am I to tell anybody that what they want to do is not going to work out? That's not my job to do that. I'm going to encourage you, because I don't know what that person knows. I don't know what God has revealed to him or her. So how dare I or you sit and tell somebody that what they want to do is not going to work out? Don't do that. Don't do that, because God did not give you the same dream that he gave to that individual. So that's not your job. So don't do that. Let me relax. Joseph told his brothers about his dreams and they hated him for it. Y'all remember that, right? And so some people don't want to see you to succeed and be the best that you possibly can be. And see, here's the kicker though. Here's the kicker. Joseph shared his dreams with his brothers, his family. And one would think that if you can't share some good news like that with family and friends, who can you share it with? That's why sometimes it's best to keep this closed and don't share with anybody. But you should have somebody, hopefully you do, that you can share your goals and your dreams with. That person, like I said, you share it with me, honey, I'm jumping up and down. We going to fall out in the floor. We going to get, our elbows going to be ashy. Mine are, but they'll end up being ashy. We're going to have ash on the knees, all of that good stuff, because I'm excited for you. I want to see you succeed. So if you're excited, I'm going to get excited too. But he told his brothers and they weren't excited for him. Number three, doing the right thing won't make people like you. So Joseph's brothers were not impressed by his obedience to their father. Joseph told the truth and exposed them. When we choose to live the way God wants us to, we will offend, come on now, and upset some people. You ever notice how you have some people who choose to live their life as the Bible says they should, and there are people that just hate it, can't stand them. You would think they did something to them. They haven't done a thing to them. They just don't like the fact that you are choosing to live your life the way God has called you to live it. But it's nothing you can do about it, because they're going to hate. Honey, let the haters hate. You just keep doing you. Number four, your first steps towards fulfilling your dream or dreams may not be what you expected. So Joseph knew that he would be a leader one day, and he was. Let me say that one more time. Joseph knew that he would be a leader one day, and he was. Make sure you go back and read Genesis 37:9. But his path to getting there wasn't what he expected. You see, Joseph was betrayed by his brothers. They threw him in a dry well to die, and then sold him as a slave. So once God puts a divine dream in your heart, it may look like your circumstances are taking you to the exact opposite direction. So God has placed something on your heart, and in order to get there, you've got to travel the path this way. But for some reason, your path is leading you way over here. And you're like, well, wait a minute, God, what you gave me is supposed to take me to, well, this is my left, your right, probably, depending on how you're looking at this video. But it's taking me to the right. What's going on? But see, that's just the way it is. So instead of doubting God, This is the time to believe him even more. God's ways are not our ways. Make sure you go and read Isaiah 55, 8 through 9. So a perfect example of that is somebody somewhere under the sound of my voice, you've been praying and you've been asking God to do something for you. You've been praying and asking him to give you something. And it seems like the more you pray, the further away you get from achieving that goal, or it seems like you've been waiting a long time. Some of y'all are saying, Lord, I've been waiting for months, for years, for whatever that thing is that you've asked him for. When am I ever going to get it? And so what happens is you start to stop believing. You say, well, why should I believe in God? I've been asking for this thing or those things for the longest time, and God hasn't given it to me yet. I'm tired. So I'm just not believing. I just give up. I don't even care anymore. And that's how people truly think. But I want to say this. While you're waiting, that's the time for you to grow closer to God. See, I have things that I've asked God for. Some things I'm still waiting for. And every day I wake up and I say, all right, Lord, today is the day. I believe that you're going to send that blessing on today. But Lord, even if you don't, I still believe in you. And I truly do. That's not lip service. I don't say it just because I don't have anything else to say. I truly believe in God. I truly believe that he's going to do what I've asked him to do, because God's word says that he will never leave me nor forsake me. So I'm not going to give up on God. I'm not going to stop believing in God. That just makes me draw closer to God to say, okay, Lord, well, what is it? What else do I need to do in order to get the thing or whatever that thing is that I want and or need? So all I'm saying to you is, while you're waiting, use that time to draw nearer to God. Don't give up on him. Don't sit back and say, well, Lord, I just give up. I'm not believing. This is the time you need to grow closer to God, because I promise you, he hasn't forgotten about you, and he hears you. That's why I say, wake up every day. All right, Lord, I believe today is going to be the day. But even if it isn't, I still love you and I still believe. And I'm going to keep on waiting. Number 5, nobody can stop your destiny. Y'all, this is powerful. Nobody can bring your God-given purpose to a premature end. Nobody. Joseph's brothers wanted to kill him, but God allowed him to be sold as a slave instead. So as long as you don't kill your dream, nothing will be able to stand in your way. Now, when I say kill your dream can be killed when you give up on that dream. That's how you kill your dream. But as long as you don't give up on that dream, honey, can't nothing stand in your way. So make sure you go and read Jeremiah 1:19. So keep in mind that God will use what is most... God will use what is meant to stop you for your good. Do you know that? I mean, really, do you know that God will use that very thing that was meant to stop you for your good? See, Joseph was betrayed, but it worked out for him in the end. Yes, y'all didn't see that coming, did you? Joseph was betrayed by his brothers. They threw him down in a well to die, and then they sold him into slavery. So God said, I'm not going to let you die in that well. I'm going to let you become the slave, because I'm going to bless you. I just need to take you around the mountain a little bit. You're going to get there, but I'm going to bless you in the end. So just remember that whatever you've been praying for, whatever you're trying to work towards, it seems like you're never going to get there. But whatever it is that you're dealing with right now, it's meant to happen. It's part of the process. God has to take you through what you're going through right now, so that he can bring you out on the other side. Remember, I told you, you can't have a testimony if you haven't been tested. Come on now. Number 6, God's purpose will prevail in spite of your pain. So have you ever prayed for something and got no response? If you have, just raise your hand, because I know I have. I've prayed for something and got no response at all. And I had to say, all right, Lord, are you there? Are you listening? Joseph prayed that God would change his circumstance, but he got nothing. So when God doesn't fix your current circumstance or circumstances, it's because your circumstance is or are stepping stones, come on now, towards, that's your shouting moment right there, fulfilling your purpose. So whatever it is that you're going through, you're asking God, or you have been asking God to fix it, to remove it, and he hasn't done it yet. And you're saying, well, Lord, why did you just want to see me suffer? I mean, really, is that what you want? No, that's not what God wants. But he's using that thing that you're dealing with, that situation that you're in, he's using it as a stepping stone. And you have to take, so in order for me to get from the living room to my room, I've got to go up 12 steps. I can't get to the top without taking the steps. Oh, come on, somebody. So he knows what's best for us. Had God answered Joseph's prayers, he would have saved him a lot of pain. He would have, but he would have also blocked the route to his destiny. Come on now. Again, that'll shout you. See, God can keep it such that you don't have to go through the pain of all of this right here and just take you over there. But in doing that, you're not going to have to go through the pain, but it's also going to block you from truly getting where you need to be. All of this is going to be in the description box. Number 7, God will bring us to a place where we need to depend on him. He will draw away the people, the places, and the things that we tend to depend on and make us depend on him only. See, not to deprive us, but to get us to understand all that we need is found in him. Make sure you go and read Matthew 7:24 through 27. So Joseph was taken away from his family, follow me now, and his homeland. He lost everything so that he could put his hope only in God as he lived in Egypt. When God is all we have all we need. Lord, that'll shout you right there. I'm going to fold my arms. That'll shout you right there. When all we have is God, you guys, that is all we need. I need you to hear me. If you don't remember anything else I've said to you, I need you to hear me and to believe me that when you have God, that's all you need. You don't need your neighbors. You don't need your friends. You don't need your enemies. You don't need you don't need anybody. All you need is God. Well, in theory, yeah, you do. You can't live in this world by yourself. But you know what I'm saying? When all you have is God, God is all you need. Go through something and realize all you have is God. That's all you need. If you're going through something right now, and I'm sure somebody under the sound of my voice is right now, be it big, small, or in between, you're going through something, you're dealing with something right now, and you want to rely on your significant other, you want to rely on your cousin and them. Well, baby, I'm telling you, all you need is God. He'll supply all your needs. Come on, somebody. And make sure you go back and read Matthew 7:11. And last but not least, number 8, we need to be prepared for our purpose. So before we are hired for a job, we need to be educated or skilled for it, correct? That's the same with God. He has to prepare us for the role that is attached to our dream. So God teaches us good God, excuse me, y'all. So I was prepared today. I had my water. Hold on. Oh, thank God. I'm sorry. Same with God. He has to prepare us for the role that is attached to our dream. So God teaches us patience, honesty, humility, love, faith, and many other things. God oftentimes will use circumstances and not words. Come on now. It kind of goes back to that old saying, people don't care what you know until they know you care. Yeah, it's one of those things. See, Joseph's training came while he was a slave working at Potiphar's house. So he learned to plant. He learned about harvesting and storing grain. Later on, come on now, this will shout you, Potiphar gave Joseph leadership over all of his servants. So let me backtrack a little bit. Joseph was sold into slavery, And while he was a slave, he learned all of these trades. And then Potiphar took Joseph, who was the slave, and made him the leader over all of his other servants. Y'all not getting there, but you're going to get it later on. So Joseph also learned to submit to authority, trust God, be patient, and remain faithful during trying times. Can I go back and repeat that? Joseph learned, see, not only did he learn to plant and all that other good stuff, he learned to submit to authority, trust God, be patient, and remain faithful during trying times. Also, as a leader, Joseph supervised Potiphar's men, but because he had been a slave, just like they are, he knew how to treat them with respect. Come on, somebody. See, when you worked in the area that other people are working in right now that you are supervising, you can sympathize with them because you know what it's like to do what they're doing. You've been down that road. So you can show empathy towards them. You can treat them with the respect that they deserve. When you get somebody coming in and they're just coming in into a management role and they've never done the work that they're supervising, they don't really get it. And they can act like, excuse my language, ass clowns because they don't get it. They don't know what it's like to do that work. They just come in there with their chest lifted and their shoulders back, wanting to boss you around, tell you what to do. First and foremost, what you're not going to do is come for me if I didn't send for you. See, I tell people all the time, I'm going to treat you the way you treat me. I really am. If I'm being nice to you, don't come at me nasty, because I can bring it back, and I promise you that's not what you want. But I digress. So number 8, like I said, was we need to be prepared for our purpose. So God prepared, let me just wrap that up. God prepared Joseph for the dream that he had given him years before. He prepared him for it by making him a slave. And as a slave, like I said, he could understand and he could sympathize with those men. And it allowed him to be the great leader that he was because he knew their plight. Come on now, that'll shout you. Here's your takeaway, and I'm going to let you be. When you find yourself experiencing adversity in spite of your many prayers, maybe it's best you remain where you are for a season. I'm gonna wrap it up with that. See, when you, whatever it is that you're doing right now, what is this? I think that's a mosquito, y'all. Whatever it is that you're doing right now, whatever season you find yourself in, just know that you're in that season for a reason. And so, just like this mosquito is getting on my nerves, y'all, forgive me. But you're in that season for a reason. So what I need you to do is learn what you need to learn while you're in that season. Get what you can get out of that season, because God has had you in that season because he's preparing you for what he has next. God said, okay, well, Michelle, you want me to bless you with becoming a motivational speaker, traveling the world, talking to people, speaking at groups and events and all this kind of stuff. But I need to start you off with your YouTube channel, doing your videos, motivating people, because I'm preparing you, come on now, to take you to the next level. But in order to get to the next level, I need you to focus right here. So I'm using my time and my energy and my talents and my gifts and my purpose towards my YouTube channel, motivating you all, many of whom I don't even know, I've never met, and probably never will get a chance to meet. And also using my gifts and my talents to do my podcast so that he can prepare me and set me up for bigger things. Y'all need to remember that. Y'all need to remember that. Like I said, everything I shared with you will be in the description box. So make sure you save it. Watch this video many times if you need to, and make sure you share it with other people. Because I'm telling you, I don't know, like I said, I don't know who all needed to hear this today, but some of you all needed to hear it. I'm going to do a quick recap of the 8 things I shared with you. And then for real, I'm gone because I need to go eat my dinner. So we talked about what Joseph's life tells you about your dreams and your purpose. So number 1, I said God will give you a vision or dreams for your future. Number 2, we need to be very careful about sharing our dreams. Very careful, you guys. Number 3, doing the right thing won't make people like you. Number 4, your first steps towards fulfilling your dream or your dreams may not be what you expected. Number 5, nobody can stop your destiny. The only person that can kill your dream is you. So remember that. Number 6, God's purpose will prevail in spite of your pain. Number 7, God will bring us to a place where we need to depend on Him. And remember what I said, when God is all you have all you need. And number 8, we need to be prepared for our purpose. Just like God prepares you for that job, He's preparing you right now for the thing that you've asked Him for. And that's why you're in the season that you're in, because He's teaching you what you need in order to take you to the next level. But if you think you can bypass all of this and jump to the next level, go on out there, see how long it lasts. Y'all, that's it. That's my time. Hopefully something I said resonates with you and helps you to really look at your life, look at your dreams, look at your goals, and put things in perspective. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. Y'all know I miss you and I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your evening, and do so responsibly. If you're going out, do so responsibly. I love you all so, so much. I love you to the moon and back, and there's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can do about it, because my gift and my purpose in life is to motivate you, and that's what I'm going to do. Doesn't matter whether you like me or not. That's none of my business. I love me, so that's all that matters. But I'm here to motivate you. So it's always my hope and my purpose that what I share with you helps you to see that there's more out here for you, that you truly have a destiny that God wants to show you. All you have to do is be quiet and listen. Listen, I love you all. And again, I'll give you part 2 of this on Friday. Take care, and we'll talk again soon.